Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Saturday live review of the Big Brother Niger Season 7. It's been an amazing week 6, right? And there's been lots of drama, lots of twists, and of course, one of the most shocking evictions we've ever heard in the history of Big Brother Niger, right? So this afternoon, from wherever you're joining me, my name is Daniella, and if you're a returning subscriber, I will say a very big thank you. And of course, if you're a returning viewer and a first timer in my channel, thank you so much, right? So I can see a lot of people joining around. Please this video from wherever you're watching me, okay? And as usual, this week we're going to run through a lot of things that have happened, this week, and of course, I'm going to take you through everything that we have to talk about this week. But this week, we're going to start off with Amaka's eviction, right? And of course, I want a lot of people to please join me in this conversation. So straight up, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to copy the link that you're going to use to join me on this video. And I'm going to put it, hi Cletus, hi Nozifo, hi Helen, nice to meet you. So I just posted the link here, right? So just go to the comment section, click on the link right there, and of course, you're going to have to see what I just posted, okay? So you guys should just join me, click on the link right there, and then you get to, join me in this conversation, right? So right away, I want to start up with, give me a minute, okay? I just pinned the message, okay? I just pinned the message there. Click on that link you find there, and of course, join me in this conversation. Click on the link, right? Thank you from Uganda, Jane Linda. Thank you so much, Antonia, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so I want us to start up with Amaka's disqualification from the show. We want to start with her strike first, right? So remember that Amaka had a strike from Big Brother, and of course, this strike was about the fact that she had been infringing a lot on Big Brother's microphone rules. Okay, a lot of time Amaka has had to deal with the issue of microphone. I don't know if she doesn't understand that one of the ways by which you can, be on this show is by always talking and make sure that people can listen to you per time. Well, here's Amaka. Big Brother literally had Big Brother give her, I can see your request, guys. Big Brother gave her a long rope and he wanted to make sure that rope really hung her. Okay, so thank you so much, Zainab Jima from New York. I appreciate you. So what happened? Amaka was called by Big Brother for the Sun Live eviction, right? And of course, straight up, he told her, played her lots of videos about what she's done with the microphone infringement and all of that, and said, you know what, you've been issued a strike, okay? She was issued a strike, and after that, one would have really thought that, maybe she was going to be, safe for the week, okay? And then Monday, the whole nomination process took another turn, right? The nomination process took another turn, right? And of course, we saw Amaka evicted from the show, okay? Amaka got evicted from the show. So, please, I'd like you to please dress properly. If you're coming on the live show, please wear your shirts and all of that. We need everybody dressed properly here. Thank you very much. So, we now saw that Amaka was evicted from the show, and it was shocking because a lot of Amaka's fans feel like she was not evicted in the most proper way, right? She wasn't evicted in the most proper way. Her eviction was painful. They felt like it was cheating. That's what a lot of people feel like. Like her eviction was like cheating, whatever, right? But right now, I'm going to tell you this. First up, one of the things that was wrong with Amaka's eviction from the show, which almost felt like a disqualification, right? Because it was just straight up. There's the fact that most of these people, have Amaka on their lips. One of the things that Amaka has done is to put her name on the lips of all the housemates, okay? Like I said, if you want to come on this video, please wear a shirt. That's why I'm not accepting you into the studio. Put on a shirt so that everybody can be comfortable here. Thank you. Chukwuji Carson, thank you. Right? So one of the things that, Amaka had done was to put her name on the lips of all the housemates, okay? Now, click on the link that I posted. There's a pinned link in the comment section. If you want to join this conversation, click on it and I'll add you to the live. Now, Amaka already had herself in a mix of issues. The first was the Phyna and the Groovy issue. Somebody said that somebody wore this one, somebody had this one with this person, Phyna and Groovy already had intimate moments, and all of that became an issue that Phyna wanted to really know who said what. In the long run, we heard Chum say on Sunday, while Ebuka was asking the question, that it was Amaka who said that, Phyna and Groovy already have moments under the shit. Right? And literally it was supposed to be Bella, because it was Bella who told Chumsy what it was Amaka who told Chichi. Chichi told Bella, right? We saw a video where Chichi was telling Bella, and then we now saw Bella, right? Obviously, it was Bella that told Chumsy. And Chumsy is shocked at the fact, Amaka is shocked at the fact that Chumsy would say that she was the one, right, who told, what's her name, who told whatever about that, who said that, right? So this is it. Amaka already had her name on the lips of everybody. That's number one. Number two, Amaka's name had already had microphone infringement. She already got a strike. Okay, from the Sunday morning or the Sunday afternoon before the show started. She got a strike. And now there's something about the house. Once you have issues, okay, once you start having issues with people, right, there's every tendency for them to say, there's every tendency for them to just say, okay, she's the next person who really has an issue on this stuff. Person out, right? And that's what I want us to start up with. So I'm going to start up with Oluwafemi Ebenezer. Ebenezer, how are you doing?
I'm good, my brother. What about you?
And where are you calling us from?
I'm in ABJ.
Abuja. Well done. I was in Abuja about 2 weeks ago, right?
Oh, really?
Abuja last week. Yeah, about a week ago I was in Abuja. Yeah.
That's the.
The taco. Okay, so let's talk about
Oh,
this.
oh. You don't update your itinerary on Instagram because I follow you. I would have known.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to place my artists like that.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
cool. It's cool.
let's talk about Amaka. What do you think about Amaka's disqualification, eviction?
I think it's quite unfortunate. She shot herself in the leg by being so friendly with everybody. Not everybody
Okay.
that laughs with you is your friend. So I think she has this kind of simple mindset. She feels that everybody that laughs with her automatically likes her, which turns
Okay.
out not to be the case. So I feel it's just quite unfortunate. It could have happened to anybody, and just that it happened to her. And that's like I hope she learns from it and move on to become a better person.
Okay. Okay. Let me hear from what's his name? From Chukwuji Godson. How are you, Chukwuji?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Where are
Good
you calling
afternoon. Delta.
from? Sabah. Well done.
No, Agbo, not Sasava.
Oh, nice. So what was the
Yeah.
highlight this week?
Amaka's vision, man. It was shocking. Honestly, I was shocked, man. I thought it was a twist. That big had a twist, but when I saw her in a TikTok video saying she never experienced, and I knew it was real. But I said, how can she just be evicted just like that? Wow, I was shocked, man. Because
Now,
normally
yeah.
the kind of vibe she brought to the house, she was like this kind of strong, minded person, this single strong woman that has something to give to the viewers. You understand? So
Yeah.
just the how leaving the show, I was dumbfounded. I'm really shocked. I'm still shocked now.
Okay. Okay. So what I want
Yeah,
to know is this. First off, it was not Big Brother that evicted Amaka. It was her fellow
yeah,
house that evicted her.
yeah. I know. Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. It
A lot of
was
people do
not
like
nomination process.
people say, why did Big Brother do this? Why did Big Brother do that? That was not the case. It was not Big Brother who evicted her. It was Big Brother who came with a twist and says housemates should choose who they want evicted, and then the housemates chose Amaka to be evicted. Okay. Okay. So I want to have this conversation with Baba. What's good, Baba? How are you? Was Baba here?
Hello, hello.
How you doing? How you doing? Can you speak with us, please, Baba? Can you hear us? Okay, let's just continue, right? All right, so now I'm going to move on to the next topic I have to talk about. Okay, I just want all of us to talk about everything that's happened this week. If you want to join this live, just click on the link right there, and of course, you will be joined on this stuff. Okay, now remember, okay, that Ebuka on Sunday. One thing I love that Ebuka did on Sunday was the fact that he dragged what do you call it? He dragged what do you call it?
Giddy fire.
Dragged
Giddy fire.
because I feel like it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. I
Time
mean,
coming.
we do not have Phyna drag.
Time coming.
Okay, so the person has to have was a good one for me, right? And I'm excited about it. Hi, Mr. Ben, how are you, sir? Good to hear. Hi, Mr. Ben, how are you, sir? Good to hear. I mean, look at it. So you realize the fact that Phyna was literally carrying out the same things that she had told the beauty not to do. Okay, the same things. I can hear myself. Beauty not to do. So mute, mute on the mute, guys. Mute your
Yes, the
audio.
feedback is
Yes, I'm trying
the
to mute you
feedback
guys. Yeah, I get it. So, Phyna was literally carrying out what she was telling Beauty not to do. Okay, and here it is. Ebuka had waited for a long time. Ebuka had waited to say, you know what? Okay, let's see how this relationship goes. And I loved the moment he asked her. So now I want to ask Femi, what are your thoughts on this?
thoughts on what exactly?
Thoughts on what the questions Ebuka asked, right?
I think it's what everybody was looking for. The tweet has been calling for violence, and we got violence from Ebuka, and it was really nice. And this week a lot happened, which I hope Ebuka asks more questions and shake more tables and keeps the show going. So I love Ebuka's question, and I wish and I hope for more of it.
But do you think that Modella's eviction, even though she was a fake housemaid, was good because Big Brother told the remaining people not to come out, but he left Modella out of the show. What are your thoughts on that?
So about Modella, I think that Modella was given assignments to do. We've only seen the first one that Biggie told her. She must have been given others which we were not privy to and which she did not do. So it felt like a wrong investment on the part of the show owners, and they decided to just eliminate the pawn because invariably Big Brother controls everything that happens there. So they just felt she was a liability. And if you look at it very well too, Modena was not really contributing. She's not in the game. She wasn't contributing. She wasn't contributing any drama, other than the first task where she shone with her innate skills of acting, and she got a reward for it. Other than that, it's just been like a space, just occupying space there. So I feel like it was the right call from Big Brother, and the show producer. So I feel that was cool.
Okay, but what do you also think about Rachel? Because for Rachel, we feel like Rachel has not really been doing much on the show like that. That's what I think, right? She's not really been doing a lot on the show because I feel like Rachel should have gone home. Okay, that's my thought. But I'm going to ask Papa what he thinks. Let me ask Chukudi, Begotten. What do you think about that? Rachel not leaving the
Uh,
show.
yeah, you're correct because she hasn't really made an impact in the show, unlike the rest of the housemates. You understand? So I'm not sure she has been given a tax that we have seen, unlike Modella and the rest of them. I'm not sure she has been given a special tax to do in the house. But apart from that, she's not. She's not vibing. She's not bringing the vibe to the house. She's not bringing the energy, or let's see the kind of vibe we want as a which is yes now as biggest agent now. You understand? She's supposed to be either be doing something. Yeah, you understand? But she's not. She's just been there, just been flat. You understand? So
Yeah.
that's just it. Yeah. She's not. She's just at the center. Nowhere. She just been. She's just in a circle. No nowhere. You
Okay,
understand?
I get it.
And her purpose in the house now we don't know yet. So let's hope for the future.
Okay. Okay. All right. But I wanted us to look at it. Rachel also, right? We know the Big Brother. If Big Brother had anything to tell her to do, would have been shown because Rachel came into the house telling us that. Remember on stage that day, she told us that. See, we've been watching rehearsals that the show is about to start, and then right now she has given us no show. So maybe tomorrow, maybe she'll get evicted from the show. Who knows, right? But one thing that stood out for me also on the day that Amaka was evicted was the fact that Dotun emerged the head of house, right? And now when Dotun emerged the head of house, okay, he chose Daniela to be his deputy. And Daniela did not refuse it, knowing fully well that Dotun was a distraction to her. I want ladies to join this conversation also, so that we're not taking from the perspective of a guy. So please click the link in the comment section. There's a pinned link with a link there, StreamYard. Click on it so that you can join this conversation. Now, Daniela knew that Dotun was going to choose her, as a companion. Saturday night party, she already knew the vibe. She knew that this guy wanted to get her, wanted to hit her, right? Now, when he nominated her, she should have said no. My thoughts. I feel like she should have said no to that and still keep, the idea of, Carly and myself and Carly still going to be together and all of that. But she did not reject it. And eventually herself and what is his name? Herself and Dotun had something. She claimed they just hugged. She was telling Alice that it was just hugs, but I don't think it was just hugs, right? So I want what's his name? I want Baba to please speak on this. Is Baba there? Hello, Baba, is Baba there? Okay, let me add 14. Let me have 14. 14, welcome back to the show this Saturday.
Hello.
Hi, can I go?
Yes, you can go, please.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Femi, for having us. You were asking about
Daniela. I was asking about Daniela.
Yes.
Dotun's deputy. Remember the last Saturday we spoke about the fact that she should be wary of Dotun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just practicing with Khalid, right? But now, here she is. She accepted to be Dotun's deputy, and it was trouble for her. Let me hear your view on this.
Yes, I think she should not have accepted that. I think her playful side may have got in her head at that time, and I think maybe she actually thought it came with immunity. That probably influenced the decision because I think she was conflicted between the two guys at that point, But now she found herself in a very compromising position, and I think the first or second day she could not control herself. I see the second day when they were busy kissing, but the part I'm missing is where Biggie is making it compulsory for the people to be in this house. Is it compulsory like in Erica's season? Because I didn't hear that part. Because if it's not, you can pick out.
Great. What Big Brother told her was that you have unlimited access to the head of house lounge. He didn't say you must sleep there, right? He said you have unlimited access to the head of house lounge. So it automatically would mean that if I were to be in her shoes and I'm not comfortable with a particular lady, I would just say, Big Brother, I'll ask him in the diary session, can I stay out of that? Or I'll even just stay out. And when Big Brother, I feel like somebody has not even challenged Big Brother before. Nobody has really challenged Big Brother. Big Brother tells you something, look for a loophole that Big Brother has and take him to like, the Big Brother tells you, so why didn't you sleep? You say, Big Brother, you said that I have unlimited access to the room.
Yes.
You didn't, I should leave.
And Femi, if you remember in the previous seasons, when Big Brother speaks to the deputy head of house, he would still say that statement to say you are not allowed to sleep in the common rooms.
Yeah,
that's why
right.
Elo Swags could peck out. Because remember when there was that mild breakup, Elo Swags pegged out. He was prepared to sleep in his own bed. It's not a must that they must sleep in that room. It's not. So if she's going, well, there's a night I think she didn't go, which is good for her. She needs to separate, because if I'm put in a room with Dotun, I swear, I don't think I can control myself because look at that guy. So I feel for her. She just needs to avoid the guy.
Okay. I like the submission. Let me have a
Hello,
look.
Daniel.
Hi, Olumuyiwa. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Well, for me, this Daniela thing, I have some issues with respect to it. I remember when Khalid was still in the house, Daniela stopped drinking alcohol, or peradventure she's not taking alcohol majorly because of Khalid, right? And this same Khalid was the same person that did something under the duvet in the that everybody saw. So why it doesn't make any sense for me, you understand? It doesn't make any sense for me that you want to die on a particular guy just because he brought his own religion inside this thing, and yet he's stopping you from doing other things. For me, I don't believe Daniela never had. Daniela's feelings is kind of swinging, but majorly the reason why she's doing what she's doing presently, why she's not letting Dotun in, I guess, is because of what the public space was going to say about her, because she talked about that in the show. So she's not really herself. And like Deji, I think Deji was talking to him maybe a couple of days ago, that do you you don't even know Khalid. Khalid was just in the house just for less than 3 weeks. And yet, this is an opportunity to see someone better. You understand? And yet, you are locking yourself on someone that you don't know. So for me, the attitude that Daniela is putting up right now is a fake attitude. It's not being real. And because of that, she might be evicted in anytime the opportunity comes.
Okay, all right. I want to talk about Dotun. Do you think that Dotun is also not respecting the fact that a former housemate has been there? Like there's a bro
Well,
code.
well,
The bro
well.
code, the bro code will tell you that when you know there's a guy, you've seen this guy before. You know that there's a guy here, right? So
Yeah,
why are you
yeah,
still there? Trying to
yeah.
you know what I'm
Well,
talking
yeah. I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you. With respect to the guy
about?
code, but nonetheless, it's a game, right? It's a game, and everybody knows. Like I said last week, as far as I'm concerned, all relationships in that house, I still don't see it as being real.
Okay.
It will
Yeah.
be real until you get into the outside world and you have a lot of distractions. You can't be locking yourself down inside Biggie's house where he's giving you everything. You understand? So, in as much as I will put that into perspective, everybody is open to do whatever they want to do. And that is why some people they are also against Sheggz. Sheggz, you are locking up someone down. And thanks be unto God, at least Bella she's beginning to see. She's beginning to come out of her shelf gradually. She's beginning to see that come on, it appears that maybe Sheggz is just using her to play a game. You
Where's it going to
understand?
come to that, man?
Sorry.
Yeah, where's it going to come to that? Okay.
Okay, okay.
I was going to talk about something, right? Now realize that Khalid is also not, he's already looking at the fact that the girl he maybe is waiting for. Because I know that Khalid is a guy. He probably has gone to meet some other girls, but of course, we don't know them. But here is, here is Khalid saying that who do we now vote for? He posted something on Twitter. Now, this was Khalid already showing his displeasure towards whatever Daniela was doing because it comes from a background where they do not take infidelity for granted. You know what I'm talking about. And here is what's his name? Is Khalid showing displeasure. So I personally feel like Khalid will not be there when she comes out. Number one. Number two, I also feel like she should just leave Dotun and put her head in the game. Because in the long run, there's already a backlash waiting for her outside of the house. And I hope that she has another thing to do to cover up all of that. Because this season, people will not really look at your flaws like that. If if you have something else, imagine she makes it to the top 5. Nobody's going to remember the rubbish that's happened in the past. That's my thought. But I would like Baba to speak on that. Let's hear Baba, please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Can you speak up? Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you also doing?
I'm great. Does that have you? Where are you calling us from?
I am calling from Ghana, in the northern part of Ghana.
Hello, Charlie. Charlie, how are you? Charlie.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm great. So can you speak up a bit so that we can hear you? Can you speak up a bit
yes,
so that we can...
I don't know if you can hear me now. How is it now?
Yeah, you can put your mouthpiece to your phone, your mouth. I mean, rather, put your mouthpiece.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about the network earlier, but I just want to I'll just summarize starting from Amaka's point. Amaka is someone that I loved very much when on the program. I voted for her on the 2 occasions that she came up for possible eviction. And I was personally not happy when in the manner that she was evicted. The way she was evicted did not make me happy at all. And for several days, I wasn't feeling good about it. But what can we say? They always say it is Big Brother's house and it is Big Brother's rules. But this particular twist was not good. I mean, to just do something like this, all in the name of a twist, all in the name of just a twist, did not make sense to me at all. Now, moving on to Rachel. Rachel, we all know Rachel is a rider in the house. Rachel herself knows that she is a rider in the house. She is going to stay till the very last day of the competition. So this should have been a reason for her to give us content on the show. If you know that the housemates cannot nominate you, the housemates cannot evict you, then what are you scared of? What is preventing you from coming out of your shelf and then playing the game? Now, we all know that you are not really playing for the money, but you accepted to be a rider on this program. So you should not come into the house and then start lounging and then make it a vacation for yourself. So Rachel is not really pulling her weight. Cheesy on the other hand is trying to do his best. Cheesy is giving us the vibes and all that. But as for Rachel, she isn't doing anything at all. If not for Diana that gave her just one highlight on that Saturday party, I don't know what Rachel would have been giving us, or I don't know what Rachel's contribution.
I mean, Rachel is about to get into a relationship with what's her name?
Gidify. Well, that particular relationship, I don't know. I don't see any future in that. Gidifier is not coming clear on that relationship. Gidifier is doing all the talk, but the talk that he is talking does not have a message. Everything that he tells Rachel, he just says it, but at the end of the day, he's not very clear about it. He's not coming out to say exactly what he wants from Rachel. I'll quickly move on to Dotun and Daniella's situation.
Okay.
Now, if you say there is a bro code, I don't think there is any bro code between Dotun and Khalid. Khalid is not Daniella's friend. Khalid is not Dotun's friend. Dotun is not Khalid's friend. And as far as we all know, any situationship or relationship in the house, if not we come outside of the house and then it starts meaning something, it is never ever real. So I don't think Dotun is wrong for going to Daniella. Dotun is never ever wrong for coming out with his feelings towards Daniella. The only reason why Daniella is trying to not give in is because it's because of what happened between herself and Khalid under the duvet. You see, it's because of what happened. The things that she did under the duvet with Khalid when he was in the house. These are some of the reasons why she doesn't want to give this guy the opportunity, because she feels that maybe if they go out and then they discover all of these things, Dotun will probably be disappointed in her. If not, even Daniella doesn't owe Khalid any loyalty. Daniella does not have to stay in that house and say that I owe Khalid my loyalty. So on top of what? Just a 3 weeks relationship or a 2 weeks relationship. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with Dotun going forward with his feelings and then telling Daniella that he likes her. I mean, but one thing I would like to mention is that the chemistry that oozes out, that comes out between Daniella and Dotun is far more than the chemistry that ever came out of herself and Khalid. Daniella and Khalid were just erotic. I'm quite sure. They gave us erotic vibes. They did not give us chemistry. They were just erotic. They were sexual and all of that. But I see real chemistry between Daniella and Dotun, and I am personally rooting for it. This is where I'll pause for the moment.
Thank you very much, Baba. That was very exciting. Thank you very much. I want to just have 2 more people, then we move on to the next. But the 2 people that I want to talk right now, I wanted to talk about the Amaka versus Doyin count. Please mute your audio. Everyone, please mute your audio, right? Now, I want to talk about the Amaka versus Doyin count, okay? Because it was 6-6. And Big Brother had to tell us that, they just votes did not count. That was why Doyin didn't leave the house, okay? But what are your thoughts on that? I want to start up with Menard, and then we'll go to Virtue. Let's have it.
Hello.
Hi, Menard, how are you?
I'm fine.
Where are you calling us from?
Ibadan.
Okay, let's hear you.
So, Amaka versus Doyin. Well,
Yeah.
technically, or should I say, Doyin was just lucky, considering the fact that it was a 6-6 nomination kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like Big Brother should have, because it was supposed to evict one. I feel like he should have just waited till the end of the week. I put the two of them up for eviction or something and waited to the end of the week, because it was just sad that Amaka left that way. It was sad because it means that the viewers to a certain extent they don't have power
Man, now we can hear you clearly. Okay, I'll go to Virtues. Virtue there, please.
Oh yeah, good afternoon, Femi.
Oh, Virtue the guy. Sounded like a lady. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So
So
let's hear you.
okay, about the Amaka and the Doing situation, it
Yeah.
was it was so it was so unfortunate and so mean because Big Brother knows the kind of emotion that was going through the mind of those housemates that week. Amaka
Okay.
was hated, like
and Tasha.
as in, she was hated by almost all of them. I mean, many of them can just say she should go. So Big Brother understand that heat and still insisted in bringing that twist. It wasn't fun at all. It wasn't fun, and she should have stayed till Sunday. Just give her some respect because she brought a lot of viewers to this program this year. She brought a lot. But the way they saw her leave, it was so disrespectful for the most dramatic girl till now. She's more dramatic than Phyna. Phyna just has the fans. You understand? It's just
All
unfair.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and listen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Femi.
Let me
Thank
have
you.
let me have hand over to let me have for Fortune speak on this. Fortune, please let me know what are your thoughts on the fact that Doyin stayed back on that show.
I was. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was actually happy that Doyin stayed because I mean everybody who listens to me here knows that Doyin is one of my favorite people. So when I saw that it's really going down and Amaka was leaving, I did not have the emotion that a lot of the other people had. And I've got my own kind of feeling that if this person that was nominated was Hermes or Phyna, I think Biggie would have sent Deji home. I don't know if Biggie would have sent Amaka home, Hermes or Phyna like this. I swear, that's just how I feel. But Amaka had been a problem child in that house for a long
Right.
time. I think that is what contributed to Biggie saying, you know what, caution to the wind. If they want it gone, let it go. I don't think Hermes, if you cast your mind back to Perry and Angel season, Biggie was
Okay.
conflicted on who to send home at that time, ending up with 6 people in the final. I think that could have played if this person that was nominated was Hermes or Phyna, knowing the noise that would have
Big
happened
Brother
outside.
really
That's
would
just what
allow
I think.
Big Brother would not allow Hermes and Fina
To
out.
go.
He won't.
I
He
don't
would
think so.
put up something. I didn't know
They
what
would
he was
have
going.
put Deji there because Deji can go home anytime. Deji is that pawn that Biggie is keeping for this. I don't know. I think it's just Amaka had been. She was content. I get that. She was not my favorite. I wouldn't have wanted Doyin to go. So when I saw that somebody is going, Amaka was like, okay, as long as it's not Doyin. And yeah, that's how I felt. I just think it's because she was just on Biggie's mouth every single day and all that. I think that may have contributed to Biggie just allowing this to happen. I honestly think Deji could have gone.
It wasn't even really about, beyond the fact that, her name was on Biggie's mouth. Her name was also on the mouth of all the housemates because
everybody.
You're already the black sheep of the house. So it's like you having in your family right now, there's somebody who's all stubborn, one of your siblings so stubborn, he's always causing trouble. Even when he doesn't do the bad thing, they will feel that he's the person who did it. So there was the fact that, we already saw the fact that it was Amaka's name on Big Brother's mouth, it was Amaka's name on Phyna's mouth with regards to the section was saying that Phyna and Groovy were having stuff under the shit. So that was what got outside of the house. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second, Femi, because all of that drama can contribute for content. I get that, but that issue with the microwave must have been also like very hectic. She should have gotten a strike. The way Amaka, yes, Amaka loved food and gossip so much in that house. Whilst all that contributes for, content outside, but she was just too much of a problem for Big Brother as well, that girl. So I still think that there was no remorse or sympathy on Biggie's side because, I mean, it's her. Doyin might have stayed. I think Biggie would have put Deji in that place if it was any other person. I stand by that.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome, Zainab Juma. How are you? So, what I can do, we cannot hear you. Can you hear us then?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning. I'm calling from New York.
Good, nice to meet you. Good morning. It's about 9 a.m.
Yeah, 9:30.
Great. So now, Doyin has been found in a lot of issues. She's known as Doyin the therapist, right? And you look at it from the standpoint of the fact that it got to a point her friend had to confront her, Allison, saying that we even heard you said that Hermes is not good for me, right? Now, Doyin is so tired of the fact that her name is on the lips of everybody. They even started lying. I think they started lying, right? Because there are people who are gossips in that house. I feel Doyin is also a gossip, but she's beginning to realize that this is not paying me, okay? So she's trying to tone it down, trying to just take herself out of that. We also have what's his name, Adekule, who's also a gossip. Adekule is like the leader of that, whatever, right? Now, what are your thoughts on the fact that Doyin's name is always on the lips of everybody, even sometimes when we don't see it? The last time they said that Adekule, she said that Adekule is a bad person, and she went to meet Adekule. Did I see that? Adekule said, I'm just hearing it, right? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on Doyin, she's someone who, like, I guess wants to be loved by everybody. So she's like being seen as a therapist and she's trying to help everyone in their problems, right? But some other people might see it as somebody who's being overbearing and wants to be in my business. Like, why is this girl always trying to fix problems? Is this what she came here to do? Is this her strategy? So people could always see her as the problem solver. So as much as that's probably who she genuinely is, people might see it as somebody who's faking it to get other people's love. So that's my view on it. But I really appreciate the fact that she does that, because that's a nice thing. Like, if nobody else listens to them, they have nobody else to talk to, right? They don't get to go to therapy. So it's like they have free therapy in Doyin, but I feel like they won't appreciate it until she's gone.
Okay. Now let us go to the people who sometimes I try to avoid conversations that have to do with Bella and Sheggz because I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot avoid the conversation, okay? And a lot has happened this week on Bella and Sheggz, okay? We saw the fact that Sheggz used a very terrible word on Bella. He said she's sick, all right? Now, I first want to understand where this is coming from, because personally for me, we saw the fact that Bella she's beginning to come to the reality. I feel like this guy is not good for me, right? At a point, she said that this guy, I've been gullible for you, I've been a moo for you, in her words, right? And then, they started talking about everything, right? The votings are closed, please. The next week, votings are over. They were over since Thursday. Would you? Thank you. So, now, I want us to talk about Bella. Bella seems to me like a lady who, she's beautiful. I don't know if she's really have a relationship with apps like that, right? A greedy, because here it is. The things she's thinking, I am shocked. I feel like Sheggz is a narcissist, he's a bully, is the kind of guy who, if there were no cameras around, he literally would lay his hands on Bella. Because we heard Doyin saying that, at some particular point, because he was angry, he literally threw something on the wall. Okay? Now, I want to start with Bella. I'll now fortune to open the floor on that. Fortune, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'll be quick on this. I think, we exhausted this last week, and it's actually said that so much more happened this week. I'm of the view that Bella, I'm hoping Sheggz can be removed. I don't want them eliminated at the same time because he will still control the media rounds. You know how it works. So I want Sheggz to get out on his own. Then Bella can rewrite his story. There's still time for that girl, because if you quote her diary session, she has such humor. She can be funny, and if she's left alone, she can still create content for herself for the remaining parts of because at the moment, the narrative out there, her media rounds are going to be littered with being a victim of abuse at the moment. That's all she'll be answering for. She's known for nothing else but being under Sheggz' armpit, right? So I'm hoping Sheggz can leave. And it's very unfortunate that this is happening at a time where the word narcissist itself is at the top of everything that you search for, because people have identified this as a person who does things that Sheggz is doing right now. What I want is for her to rewrite another story, because Sheggz can run off to London. There's no telling, maybe he won't even come for the reunion. She will be stuck here and she will have to deal with this. You know how depressed she can be. I've watched a couple of these reality shows where if you come out after being a victim of some sort, it can be a lot for you to recover. I need Sheggz to go so that she can be on her own. I think as solo players, they will be fine. But at this rate, we know that Sheggz will never allow her to be single in that house. So a separation will never happen. So I'm hoping tomorrow he can go. I think that's all I have to say about it.
Thank you very much, Fortune, because we heard Bella saying she's grateful to God that, he gave her a sweet boy, that's the best thing that's happened to her on the show. And I'm looking like, look at the person we are praying for. Look at the person we are fighting for here. You're telling somebody I'm grateful to God for making things happen to you. And I want Femi to talk about this. Let me hear your thoughts on this. Femi, can you hear
Yes.
me?
So about the Bella and Sheggz issue, one thing I'm really wondering about, because when I was watching a video yesterday, I was with my girlfriend and I was like, why would you just say to a girl that she's sick? Like, what triggered that? Is it that he's having like a mental something, or she had done something prior that we did not know, we did not see, that accumulated to that level? Because I felt like that was too extreme. That felt like someone that has piled up anger or that has been bottling it and just decided to explode at that point in time. So then looking at Bella personally, I feel that she's a fantastic person. I feel like she has all it takes to stand on her own. But if you could remember very well in your first analysis, when the show started, she wasn't really flowing with everybody. She was keeping this mean face and not opening up. So Sheggz was the only way for her to be integrated into the house. So well, I don't know how she will cope if Sheggz leaves the show, but I know that if Bella leaves the show, it's gonna be catastrophic for Sheggz. So I mean I don't know. So another thing about this sheep in the house is that, just like you rightly said, we perceive that Sheggz is an abusive or a narcissistic partner to her, but here she's seeing it in a different light. So they may have a quarrel today, and the next morning, just like Elo Swag and Chomzy, they had a fight, and they were still covering each other's up, petting each other. So I wouldn't want to put mouth in, really all this shit, because I'm not really sure what you get in the next moment. So that's
I mean,
why I think.
look at Phyna, and of course, what's his name, and then Groovy. They had a fight even till this morning, and then boom, moments ago they were in each other's arms, right? Just hugging, and I'm wondering what's wrong with these guys. So I get your point. Thank you very much, Femi. Thank you so much. Now I want to get I feel like for Bella, but like Fortune said, we should have no narrative on the show. Nothing is going to happen to Bella. Everything about Bella will be tapped to Sheggz. I also feel like if Sheggz leaves this show, right, Sheggz might not even be able to do his media rounds because of a whole lot that people are going to say to him, right? So I want to hear your words, Zainab. What is your advice to Bella? If Bella was your sister and she comes back home from the show, what are you going to say? Look, I'm looking at both of them on the TV right now. Let's have a conversation. Let's hear it.
So I'm very big on, I don't like putting my opinions on other people, right? Because everyone has their values, right? So if that's what you feel like, but I really want you to look at it, right? I'll tell my sister to outweigh the pros and cons. And if the cons outweigh the pros, that means it's not good for you. So disadvantages, advantages. If the disadvantages outweighs the advantages, then that's not a good situation to be in, right? I feel like when it comes to Bella, she doesn't have people in the house that's gonna tell her the truth because they're all scared of her and Sheggz. They're scared. They're scared to like say, "Hey, this is what's happening, and you need to realize it, right?" So, because they don't want to be on their bad side, because I feel like they're kind of the top dogs in the house, right? In a sense. So I feel like them. So that's why people are too afraid to say, like, for example, when Doyin would say something and so, oh, you want my man, this, that, that. So it's like, okay, if I did it the first time, why would I go back again and do it again, right? So I feel like me personally, I would just tell Bella to outweigh the pros and cons and like look to see if that's a situation you want to be in and why do you want that situation for yourself? Is it because you never received that love from someone before? And also mainly to love herself, right? To love yourself more and give yourself credit, right? Because when it comes to that, sometimes females like that, they probably have some issues with loving themselves, that they feel like any type of love they get from other people, it's like overbearing. It's like, oh my gosh, I never received this before. But if you love yourself so much, you wouldn't even care about the love you receive from other people.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so next on my list, we want to talk about Groovy and Deji's fight. Deji and Groovy had a fight for the first time. These are guys who like themselves, right? And then we saw them fight after a particular Airtel task. Now, I feel like one mistake that Big Brother has done, I have picked up two things that Big Brother has done this season that are mistakes. You know, when Big Brother wants to talk to them, he says, this is Big Brother, housemates. Then Big Brother came up one day and said, housemates, this is Big Brother. In my mind, I'm like, hello, will you just tell us your Big Brother? And you say housemates, right? The second thing that I feel Big Brother did this season is to allow the housemates to, judge a particular task for Airtel. It literally was a free for all. It felt like it was almost turning into a fight, right? If you watch the task very well, it felt like all the housemates were like going to fight because here it is. You're telling, a housemate to judge a fellow housemate's act or game on the task where you know that they're going to win money, okay? And then we saw the fact that there was an issue between Doyin and Fire and Sheggz and all of that. And it ended up becoming a free-for-all. And the Big Brother asked them to go inside. And we saw the fact that it was Phyna. Phyna was judging a particular task that involved Groovy and Elo Swans, and it also involved Bella and, of course, Doyin. Now, what happened? Phyna asks a question. What you're supposed to do is press the buzzer and answer the question. But what does Elo Swag and Groovy do? What do? When they press the buzzer, they will now tell Phyna again, please repeat the question, which automatically means that it gives them a second time to listen to the question and process it. So Phyna says, what is a code for Airtel? You press the buzzer and just say, start this. But guess what? They'll press the buzzer and say, hey, please repeat the question again. And that was what really got people angry. That Phyna should have just told them, I'm not repeating the question. If I ask the question, if you cannot answer the question, do not press the buzzer. Because anybody who presses the buzzer first has the opportunity to answer the question. So when Phyna got inside with everybody, people started seeing that Phyna was partial with the fact that Groovy was in the team, and that was why she was allowing them to, to answer the question twice or whatever it is. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it was right for Big Brother to even allow these people to judge themselves in the first place? Let me have a look at you.
Yeah, you rightly said it. Huh? It's outrightly wrong. I didn't actually watch that particular scene. Again, I didn't actually watch that scene, but what I just noticed was that I noticed when they got into the house, Deji was kind of Deji and this other guy, they were fighting. But if that is actually what happened, based on what you summarized, then for me, it's outrightly wrong because. In as much as there's all these minor ships that is always going around, there will always be some biasment. So if you're not putting a game at the discretion of the housemates, then the housemates will definitely be biased towards his or her shippy, as the case may be. You understand? So it's for me, it's not a good one. However, come on, Big Brother is also human. We understand. We know he's a human being. So everybody has some element of imperfection in him or her.
Okay. Can I have or what's the name? Virtue, are you there?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I'm here.
So you had a question. What are your thoughts on the fact that people asked them to moderate the game?
Actually, see, before the measure, after any tax or something like that, when the house split, they go to their different place and talk about themselves and talk about how bad the other people do or how good the other people do. So I thought it was just a decision for Big Brother just to make them say that stuff to themselves
Okay.
face to face without hiding again. So it was just to put them in tension to talk about themselves, just like as Ebuka does every Sunday. So I understand that it doesn't have to be perfect, but if the twist is making the game sweeter, it's good. It's good. It's welcoming.
Okay. All right. One thing that I would like to talk about is the punishment for the tail of house between Allison and of course Sheggz. One thing I love about Big Brother this season is Big Brother is hilarious. Literally give them weeks to wear, right? And then we see the fact that Sheggz has had an issue following Big Brother's rules on that. Sheggz is a guy, Sheggz is a vain guy. He literally stands in front of the mirror and is just singing and he's doing his fine boyism. And I'm like, guy, you have time. I feel like ladies should be the ones who will literally sit down in front of a mirror and be checking themselves out and all of that. But Sheggz has, he likes to see himself in front of the mirror. Now, Big Brother gives him a wig to wear. If I was Sheggz, I literally would even weave the wig and make it stylish. But now he goes to Big Brother to say, Big Brother, should I wear this? And Big Brother almost told him, see, Big Brother was even how lenient for him to have even worn his clothes, right? Now, my issue with Sheggz is this. He is stubborn. He is stubborn not to listen to Big Brother because every time we see Bella trying to console him and tell him that, you know what, guy, I think that you should just listen to Big Brother because we saw yesterday that Groovy was telling him that, see, guy, when I was tail of house, Big Brother told me to wear skirt, a wrapper. I literally tied wrapper in the house, okay? And Big Brother told him again that he's going to get punished. He's not going to go, his levity on that will not go unpunished, right? Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the fact that, Sheggz doesn't like to listen? Because it feels to me like every time he says, the people know him, the crew know him, right? And from what I know, they can know you whatever from outside, but guess what? You do not have like a personal link into getting into the show. But every time he has the opportunity, he's saying that, oh, the people know me, they know that I don't do this. And I am wondering, even if you think they know that you don't do this, shouldn't you shut up? I know that this is, I want to hear your thoughts on this, Fortune.
Yes, so Sheggz has this bad boy vibe, and I really like Sheggz. I think you know that. He's got this very stubbornness to him.
Zainab is already laughing like, okay.
I do like Sheggz. I like almost everybody in that house. I like him, but when he's stubborn to Big Brother, it's an issue for me because I'm like, guy, it's not necessary for you to do this because everybody is going to start thinking you're getting preferential treatment because he went outside at a dinner table last week. He said, no, he even knows Ebuka. Then there by the dressing table, he was like, you know what? The production people know me. This is not my style. Why would they punish me like this? They can give me anything else. Even the skirt, where is it? Did Big Brother tell him to stop wearing it? Because he wore it on Tuesday and he went in the diary room and asked Biggie, can I please make this a short? And Big Brother was like, no, wear it like that, So he is just breaking so many rules. He is so stubborn. I actually don't know what he thinks this is going to do for his game. Because Bella last night was saying, you see, now we are not going to be head of house next week. And you know how desperately I want to be in that room. But we can't. Now that you've got this punishment, it's probably coming again next week. The stubbornness, I think, works in the house, but against Big Brother, I just don't know how he's going to win that one. And, it can actually cut his game short because the fact that you say the people that are organizing, Big Brother does not want to be associated with nepotism. You will be sent home quickly. I'm so sorry for you, Sheggz.
Very right. So do you think that Sheggz or Bella will ever smell the head of house room? We're entering the 7th week, and it doesn't look like. But I'm hoping that Bella wins the head of the house and goes to that place without Sheggz.
Yeah, he's not touching that. If you remember, Erica won head of house when Kid Wire was in punishment or something like that, or something similar.
And it was Queens who was her. Who was that?
Yes, then she had to take Prince. Yes, because Kid Wire was under punishment. So even if she wins it, because she's very sporty, she might try and get it. She cannot take him because he cannot be in punishment and enjoy the nuts and the chocolates in that house. Hell no.
I see. Okay. Let me hear what you have to say. I want to hear what's in about this.
I agree with what Fortune said. One first, I like every single one of them. I don't have a favorite. I like all of them equally. I feel like when it comes to him, like I feel like it's his ego at work, right? Because it's like, you want me to wear this skirt. My friends are probably laughing at me, taking screenshots of me, posting me. I don't like that. That's not my swag, right? And like Big Brother is kind of like an authority figure, and he probably just doesn't respect authority figure because it's like, you want me to you're making me feel less than you, but at the end of the day, we're probably the same, equal, or you probably but nobody's higher than me in a sense. So I feel like he just doesn't want to respect that authority figure in a sense, and he just this is me, and you're not about to make me feel like any less of what I am, and I'm on top, and that's just it. That's just it. I'm not wearing no skirt for nobody and stuff like that. He just doesn't want to be seen little in front of the eyes of the viewers.
And do you think that that's what's most important? Because you're here for a show, and if I do not even understand how a Sheggz will be the tail of the house. How do you want to inspire the woman you're with, right? I'm not saying win the show. I'm not saying win the head of house. I am saying try not to even be the tail of the house. I feel like there is a mental, it just puts you in a mental space, right? So as a woman, I also feel like it always also dependent on the kind of woman you're with. Because if he was with someone who's like Doyin, okay, or someone like I'm trying to look for who's smart in that house, someone like a Daniella. You will never hear Daniela saying she's going to be the head of the end up becoming the tail of the house. You will never hear Khaled. And I also feel like sometimes it's also very necessary that you are watchful of the kind of partner you're with, because it would also like, inform how well you want to put your head in the game, right? If you have somebody who's really optimistic, who doesn't take no for an answer, who always wants to work and make money, who always wants to see that they have a better life, you will not be complacent. But here you share, knowing fully well that, okay, myself and Bella, I think I'm still ahead of her. I have her in control. Whatever I say, she listens to. So even if it comes out, it just wants, how would you become the tail of the house, right? And I also feel like, the fact that Bella is also comfortable with that, literally, if these two people end up together, they're going to have issues going forward. I can tell you that. But the final thing I want to talk about here is the fight between Phyna and Groovy. Even though they say they're already making up right now, I'm looking at Giddy Fire and Rachel. I don't know what's happening to these two people, but it's okay. So I want to talk about Phyna and Groovy. Groovy is trying to tell her, don't drink too much. Do not drink too much. What is your problem? Okay? And I want to hear Femi's wording that in a short while. Let me hear it.
Okay, so first of all, I feel somehow anytime I see Phyna with a bottle. I mean, imagine you're with your babe in a party. Even
Well,
if
rain happens to the bottle, so it's fine. There's a plastic bottle.
even if she's going to drink, she's gonna take it with swag and moderately. But Phyna gives you this vibe that, see, I will shark and nothing you can do,
I
right?
agree.
And
You see that? I feel like I finish a crate of whatever.
yes, I'm picturing Phyna in the future with a pot belly without being pregnant, just from alcohol. So that vibe is good. It's so not it at all. So I I would have done the same thing if I was in Govi's show for a lady you claim you like. Definitely have to influence her. That's the goal of being in a relationship. Each party influences each other, pull and push. So I just felt like she was drunk. That's why she was reacting the way she reacted because Groovy did not do anything wrong. He didn't overstep, and I'm glad by the way he stood his ground. Even if it was Ebuka yesterday, he would have slept with Phyna. He would have gone back to bed or wherever. But Groovy stood his ground, proved himself as a real gentleman. So I feel like Phyna should just adjust herself, and I hope that the relationship stays because I see a lot of genuine connection. Even though people don't share their opinion, people feel like Phyna and Groovy is just being there with her for the time being, but I feel like there's something both of them can relate. Groovy came from the slum. Groovy said he grew up from in Ajegunle. Phyna the same thing. So I feel like both of them they share a lot of similarities that they've been able to connect with each other at certain stages. So I hope it works out for them, and then I hope Phyna listens more to Groovy because I think he gives great advices.
Okay, okay. Let me hear what Hope has to say on this. Hope, can we have you? Hope, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me? Okay. About what the last speaker is just saying. I'm a Phyna fan.
You look like Phyna. Let's hear you.
Actually, I'm Edo State. Yeah, Edo State. So, talking about drinking habits of Phyna.
Yeah,
in this life, everybody has what makes you happy. You understand? Because you cannot actually tell you cannot tell what she has been through in life. You can't tell, okay, this is the reason why Phyna drinks. Okay. I've drank before and it comes to a point I sit myself down and say, okay, this is where I end my drinking habits.
We cannot hear you clearly.
Yeah. You can hear me clearly?
We can hear you.
Okay. So I believe Phyna be drinking is her own way of life. That is the way she wants to vibes. Because if you notice during the show, throughout the show, when she drink, she's very lively. She's free to communicate. But if she's not drinking, she's not herself. So instead of her pretending, I believe she's just trying to be real. She's trying to be herself. She don't want to hide herself. She just wants to be the person she is. And talking about Groovy, Groovy is just pretending. I'm not sure Groovy actually like Phyna or love Phyna. That is the truth. The person Groovy is going for is Chomsy. Everybody's aware of that. He just want to play along Phyna because why? He knows very well that Chomsy is being taken by Elu Swag.
Okay.
So he don't want to come in between to be the problem between the end of their ship. So you understand what I'm saying? So there's no guarantee that after Big Brother, Phyna and Groovy will be there. No, they are just trying to play along. And Phyna in question love Groovy.
Okay. Okay.
Phyna is being sincere about his love for Groovy. But Groovy is not. Groovy is just pretending. And if it happens that this relationship ends, it means Groovy wants it to end, not Phyna. Because I don't see a situation whereby drinking, then he gets angry why she's drinking, why she's that. No, that is not it. There's a lot to it.
I want you to adjust your audio and then back to you. Right? But I want to hear what Baba has to say. Baba, let me have you say.
Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We're talking about Phyna's drinking habit.
Thank you so much for giving me another opportunity to share my point. So now on this Groovy and Phyna matter, I would like to start by saying that Phyna is not who she thinks she is. Phyna thinks she is a certain type of person, but in reality, Phyna is not who she thinks she is. She was the one that came up with this vibes. Oh, let's vibe. You can mingle with other people. I can also mingle with other people. But then, from her behavior, look at what she is doing. Phyna, in my opinion, is one of the most emotional people in that house. She is also very, very, very emotional, just like the way Beauty was. You can imagine, what were they quarreling about yesterday? About the same things that Groovy and Beauty used to quarrel about over her drinking habits. Can you imagine that? You are drinking and then the man says that You have to curtail the drinking habit. You have to be very responsible about it. And then she is telling Groovy the same things that Beauty used to tell Groovy. You cannot tell me not to drink. I can do what I want to do, and so on and so forth. Now, on Groovy's part, in this relationship, I agree with what the last speaker said. Groovy is not into Phyna. I don't think Groovy really likes Phyna like that. Groovy is just using Phyna to play a game. Everything that Groovy has been doing in that house has been very well calculated. Groovy is very conscious of the moves that he makes in the house, in my opinion. He is very careful, and he is someone who wants to play the game to the very last day and possibly win the money. So he's very careful about that. The second reason why, this morning I saw the two of them making up in the garden. They were trying to resolve their issue and so on and so forth. And then immediately after they made up, they resolved their issue. Groovy now brought up a conversation about what they were going to eat, the food that she would like Phyna to prepare for them to enjoy. This is also another reason why Groovy is with Phyna. Groovy, if you have been watching the show, Groovy doesn't joke with his stomach. Groovy likes everyone that gives food to eat. If you always give him food to eat, he will be by your side, and he will do what you want him to do for you. So that particular relationship between Groovy and Phyna it is a strategy for me from Groovy's part. From Groovy's part, I see it to be clearly a strategy. But on the side of Phyna, I think Phyna is getting too emotional about it. Phyna is not Phyna is not thinking totally about it. Phyna is going with her heart as opposed to going with her brain. So this is what I have to say on this their relationship. Thank you very much.
Okay. Finally, let me hold.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Um, I'm very happy people are talking this way. Huh? You know, there's a part of me that still believe that Groovy is not real. You know, Groovy is just using Phyna as to move in the house. Groovy is using Phyna to move in the house. That is very clear. We all know that Groovy has been the the person that all the ladies kind of from the level 1 to level 2 the hallway they want to go, because this is the same Groovy that caused that was in the middle of Beauty's eviction. However, that being said, uh Phyna too, for me, as it is for the other ladies in the house, it's like it appears that all the ladies in the house, they just believe that, oh, I just must be in a ship, you know. And it seems like the show right now, people now get to see that, okay, if I'm in a ship, then I tend to stay longer in the in the house. So I just hope Biggie can do something about it. Even though I'm not, it might appear that, oh, Biggie doesn't want people relationship to sell and stuff like that. But nonetheless, people are using this thing because this thing is selling. It's selling to the viewers. You know, the moment you're in a, oh, people move on. You know, even if they don't like the one party, they will, if they like one party and they don't like the other party, in as much as they are keep, oh, let them roll. So this, because as far as I'm concerned, the game should be about realness. We want to know how real you are. But there is a lot of fake attitudes because, oh, I am in a ship with this, I'm in a ship with that. You know, Groovy, for I don't care who he is, I just know he's fake with Phyna. But Phyna too, that somebody should be saying, oh, you're drinking too much. Come on, you didn't give back to him. I don't know you before I came into Big Brother. So let me be myself. You don't have to be controlling me. And that is why a lot of people are against this guy, Sheggz, because you want to be controlling the lady. Come on, let each person, let them have their free course, you know, and that is what will bring the real content in the show. Thank you.
True. I'm looking forward to a time where
Can I quickly come in? Can I come in?
All of that. Okay. Who wants to come in?
Can I come in? Okay, so one thing I want you guys to realize is that if a guy, we are guys, most of us on the screen now we are guys. If you don't really like a lady, there's some things you won't really complain to her about. You won't care her appeal to the general house or how she makes you feel. So I feel like fine, you don't you made the right claim that Groovy should not be too controlling on Phyna, but I feel like this concern is coming from this is talking to her is coming from a place of concern because of the way he sees that you can be dating a girl and you feel like okay, I'm just dating her for a temporary for the interim. You may not have a future plan for her. Doesn't mean at that point in time you don't like her. So that is the mistake I feel most people are making. They feel that okay, because they're in a ship now and the ship is not real, it can't sail outside. They may have a real ship in the house that won't sail outside, but at the moment his concerns are valid, his interest with both of them, I feel like they just enjoy each other's space, and I feel they have genuine connection at the moment. And I don't feel like it's controlling. I don't think it's controlling because you may like your lady on trousers or on skimpy dresses. I just feel like okay, these are my preferences, or you look better this way. I feel like this will be detrimental to your health on the long run. So I mean, I feel like it's all subjective and it's based on our background, so the way we take certain criticism.
Okay.
Sincerely,
so guys,
okay.
Let me hear.
I beg to differ, because if I'm in a space, even if I'm in a confinement with someone, for 2-3 days, 1 week, 1 month, even if I don't like the person, somehow, I don't have anything to do, except I decide to tell Biggie, okay, I want to go. If I'm in a confinement and we can see that it was Phyna that actually went ahead for Groovy. It wasn't Groovy that went for Phyna. You understand? And mind you, I still, like I said earlier on, Groovy is using Phyna to play a game. Phyna is just, she's just like a bait. It's just like a bait for him, to just sail in the game. I don't see anything coming out of it.
Okay. So finally, right? I wanted to say that I know that Groovy already knows that Phyna is a strong contender, right? She has gone on nominations twice and she survived it. For you to survive it twice as a lady, it means you have fans out there. And that's honest. She was like the first set of housemates to go on the eviction. And she went and came back. She went again. And now one of the things you observe is anytime Ebuka says, Phyna, you are safe. You see the way people scream. If you're a smart person, a psychology, we know that for people to scream, it means that this girl is strong. So he knows what's happening, right? And he knows that, okay, maybe I should tag along with this girl, right? And that's what it is exactly. So I feel like we've had a good week this week. I want to first say thank you to everybody who has joined. Thank you, Hope. I know you have a lot to say, but join us early next week to come and support Phyna. And I hope Phyna doesn't mess up, okay? The Pepsi task is about to start. Okay, and I'd like us to go watch it and see what's going to happen. Thank you, Olumiwa. Thank you, Femi. Good to see you again, Femi. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Baba. Baba, I know you're there. Let me just add you so that I can see. Baba, thank you so much for joining us. Okay. Thank you, everybody, to Zainab, to Fortune, everyone who's joined today, Virtue, Mena, everyone who's joined. So again, next week by 2 o'clock, we'll be here to have another round of conversation. I love you all. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you later.
Okay, peace out, guys. Bye.
Bye for now.